sort of social and emotional health. One, how healthy am I socially and emotionally? Like, what am I grappling with as a leader that, again, can find ways to play its way out in how I interact with my teachers and staff? I'll share a personal one. I was a relatively young principal when I had my first leadership opportunity. And up until that point, I worked in the district. There wasn't a lot of black people in the district. So I became like the young, black, popular teacher. You guys have seen that before, right? Oh, look, he's young and he's African American and he's at this district that's, most of the teachers are all white, so I stood out. And people liked me. I don't know why. Particularly the kids, because they ain't never seen anyone like me before, I guess. And then parents came, and it was cool. And my colleagues, it was cool. I enjoyed that experience. Now I became an assistant principal. And I was like the good cop. Right? The principal was, she was an older woman. She, kind of ruled with the ironclad fist. And again, I was the young, new guy. So everybody kind of liked me. The parents liked me, the teachers liked me. And guess what happened when I became principal? People didn't like me anymore. It was the hardest thing for me to come to grips with. There were people who did not like me, who would see me and walk the other way. It had never happened to me before. I struggled with that a little bit. It affected me emotionally. I had to reflect on it and come to grips with this fact that, man, I got an issue with not being liked by adults. So then how does that play out in my leadership? How does that play out in the way that I interact with those that I lead? Am I being too nice when I need to hold people accountable because I want to be liked? And then when I came to that realization, did the pendulum swing to the other side? Then I became like, Joe Clark from Lean On Me. Anybody seen that movie? Okay. Oh, you make sure. You ready for it? Right? So then there has to be a balance between this desire to want to have this positive connection with those that I work with, but also I got to hold people accountable. We got really important work to do here. How did the fact that I was a young leader who was managing teachers who were much older than me, how did that play out? And how was I dealing with that? When I stood in front of the staff, how did I frame what I was going to say? Did I do the prep work that you talked about before I stood in front of my staff to ensure that my message was clear? These are all the things that you grapple with as a leader in the act of leading. You're in the middle of that meeting and you see that the body language is going south. People are rolling their eyes and they're shifting and their arms are folded, right? And you're saying, oh no, I am losing. These people they don't care about anything that I'm saying. What do I do? How do you act in that situation? And the reality is, look, you can read 75 case studies and you never understand what that feels like until you're actually in the line of fire.